Here's what's coming up on Retirement Planning Made Easy.
The whole idea is you want a plan, and that plan can address all the things in your life and can then shift and change as you keep going throughout your lifetime.
So it's kind of like run your own race.
Yes.
It is an extremely complicated process, and it is extremely long usually, and we're able to take a lot of that burden off of their plate, which is very rewarding.
Roth IRAs are a great tool that we use for tax efficiency planning. They offer a lot of unmatched potential and some great financial benefits if clients use them correctly.
If there's one tax mistake that you may see a lot of people making, what is that?
Having too much money in pre-tax accounts, like an IRA or a 401k.
And now, the host of Retirement Planning Made Easy.
Welcome to this week's show.
We've got 30 minutes of great information planned up just for you.
And the show starts right now.
This week on the Round Table, we're going to be talking about tax planning, and this is a specialty at TAG. You guys have a great understanding of the tax code, one of those areas where you really help pre-retirees and retirees. And Brad, I'll throw it to you first. This is really one of those areas that what you don't know could in fact hurt you.
That is correct, yeah. Our motto is educating investors. And so we believe that about just about everything, is if you don't know, you should at least know about it. Not necessarily, do this or do that, but you should know. And so when taxes come into play, especially in retirement, there is a huge potential for an issue if you don't know what it's going to look like for you.
I just keep coming back to this. How many advisors, like if I polled everyone watching the show and said, if you have a financial advisor, how many of them talk to you about taxes and the potential of planning things in such a manner that you save on taxes? I really wonder what that percentage would be. And I think that I would be unpleasantly surprised on how low it is, because this is absolutely a crucial part of grabbing that retirement bull by the horns so that you have the maximum amount of money in retirement. And Brad, what it leads me to, and Brian, I'll actually have you address this, is your proprietary wealth management system at TAG. It's called TOP. Tell me about it.
TOP is the TAG optimization process. So what it does is it incorporates not just tax planning, that's a very important part, but it combines it and looks at the whole picture on a holistic basis. So a lot of that is going beyond the issue of what a lot of people we see get help on, and that is mainly retirement planning, and mainly maybe investments. From there, we broaden that scope, though, and we say, okay, wait a minute, how things connect make a big difference. So when you're looking at things within your planning, the whole idea should be based on looking at not just retirement planning, not just investment planning, but also the other things that make a big difference in your total dollars you'll have in retirement.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to take that same poll I just did, and said, okay, how many of those that did the tax planning also do the healthcare planning for you and the estate planning? You can see the hands keep going down, right? Definitely. So it's a real minority, in my professional opinion, guys, and doing this for a very long time. There aren't a lot of financial advisory firms out there that offer this broad spectrum of services to the retiree. Not because it's nice to have, but because it's essential to have in retirement. Fair statement, Brad?
Oh, definitely. One affects the other. So if you don't take healthcare planning into account, then you can have a giant healthcare bill that'll derail your retirement. And if your advisor's not asking you about that, then they don't know about it. And that means their plan has a giant blind spot. It has a flaw in it that they don't even know about. And that could lead to trouble.
If I was watching today, do you do tax analysis for people? Could they make a call and set in because, hey, maybe I like what I have going on right now, but no one's ever talked to me about the tax piece. Yeah. Is that something that you guys do?
Yeah, we look at people's taxes in what we like to call a total retirement tax bill. So we look at your total of taxes over your entire retirement, how much you're going to pay in taxes, and then our goal is to reduce that number. And that's a very unique way of looking at it, because a lot of people will look at taxes in a year-by-year basis. We want to reduce your total.
You know, and I think there's going to be some people out there that say, I already have a CPA. Brian, I don't need any of that. My CPA looks at my stuff and puts it all together and I'm good to go. And I think it's really important to point out that there's being a tax preparer and then there's being a tax planner. Is there a distinction here that people should know about?
There's a definite difference too, because the majority of people are not getting that type of planning from their CPA, or especially, let's just say, their tax preparer.
But that's not their role now, is it?
No.
They're historians.
But a lot of people maybe think they should be getting that planning, but they're not. So that's another reason why we put the TOP program together, is to help people connect those things, because we saw it as something out there that people were not receiving that type. They thought maybe they were. And another thing, adding on to what Brad said, is the issue a lot of times, if they do get that planning, it's usually just for the tax year they're in to save the most taxes that 1 year. Well, the amount you save 1 year may not be the best for you in your lifetime.
Right. So this is really more long-term tax planning. Brad, final question to you. I got about 30 seconds here. You see so many portfolios that come in. You view them for the first time. You've held so many clients. If there's one tax mistake that you may see a lot of people making, what is that?
Having too much money in pre-tax accounts, like an IRA or a 401k.
And what should they be doing?
They should be moving it over to Roth.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have too much in pre-tax accounts, it just lessens the amount of flexibility you have. You're going to be forced to withdraw money once you hit a certain age in what's called an RMD. And that is a lack of flexibility. We don't like people to be forced to do anything.
Gotcha.
And it affects their Social Security, and it affects the amount of premium they pay on their Medicare Part B.
Yep.
It's all about good planning.
Exactly.
Brad, Brian, thank you so much. Big topic today, tax planning. If you need help in this area, hey, pick up the phone right now, give us a call. We would love to help you with your taxes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching Retirement Planning Made Easy.
Now more than ever, it's vitally important to review your current retirement plan and get an educated second opinion. Hi, I'm Lucas Dengler, and for many American retirees and pre-retirees, this is a confusing time. As a local business here in the Quad Cities for over 30 years, we have educated thousands of families on how to retire well through all market conditions. Call now or scan the QR code on the screen to schedule your complimentary consultation. The Advisory Group, providing financial peace of mind since 1991.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Mastering Retirement with Tag. Lucas, great topic today. You know, class is in session, and I've learned something today. When we were talking about this on break before we came on here, I did not know that Roth IRAs have no RMDs associated. That could change a good bit of your planning. Certainly not all your planning, but a good bit of your planning. So let's jump into that right now. What do people need to know about this?
Yeah, so Roth IRAs are a great tool that we use for tax efficiency planning. They offer a lot of unmatched potential and some great financial benefits if clients use them correctly.
Okay, and let's go to the first one here. You decide when you want to take distributions.
Yeah, by not having a required minimum distribution, you're not bound by the government's timeline forcing you to withdraw that money. You can still have your money continue to work and grow, and you do not have to take out the money until you're ready.
Wonderful. And the next one here, allow your accountant to grow uninterrupted, tax-free for life.
Yeah, Roth IRAs are great. Again, with no RMDs, you're not forced by the government to take money out of those accounts, so you can let that money continue to grow and grow and grow until you are ready to withdraw from it.
So before I get into number 3, is now a good time to be moving your money to a Roth? And if so, why?
Now would be a great time to move your money to a Roth, especially if you still have some working years or you're not ready to start withdrawing. We work with clients to do Roth conversions, which is positioning your pre-taxed account over to that after-tax account to continue to let it grow tax-free until you're ready to withdraw.
So I just take a big lump sum and I move it over in 1 year? Or am I better off spacing it out? Is there somewhere I can Google, like, how do I do this?
It depends on everybody's situation. Again, everybody's situation is different. So we have programs and different systems that we work with our clients to look at their overall tax picture. We look at different tax rates and how much they have left in each tax bracket to really focus on what amounts they can convert each year. We want to do what's in a client's best interest, so we like to look at the overall picture and really educate them on the different ways that we can do conversions.
Why aren't more and more people doing Roths? Is it just a lack of education on how to do it? Are they fearful that it could create a big tax event for them? Why would you say more people aren't doing it?
I think there's a lot of misinformation. I think there's a lot of questions that people have that don't get answered. But we are here to work with clients step by step to educate and inform them and give them the tools that they need to make those informed decisions.
And one other thing about Roths. Obviously, the government's going to change taxes here, there, right? But right now, seems to me that it is an exceptional time, with taxes being as low as they are, maybe historically low, that this would be a great time to move dollars over, part, all, whatever, you guys figure that out, over to a Roth, right? So that I'm going to get now taxed on the seed rather than the harvest.
That is correct, yes. And with tax rates where they are at right now, there's a very good chance that they could rise in the near future. So taking advantage of the lower tax rates now and getting those conversions out of the way could save you tons of money in the future.
I love that, tons of money. People love to save tons of money.
Yes,
Okay, last one here. Can provide a tax-free inheritance to heirs. Big deal.
Big deal. So unlike those traditional pre-taxed accounts that could get passed on with some tax burdens or some tax complications, Roth IRAs allow your savings to get passed on completely tax-free. So your loved ones will receive the full value of your hard-earned wealth.
Amazing. Folks, if you'd like to learn more about Roth's, tremendous topic, now is the time to get your questions answered. Hey, pick up that phone, give us a call in the office. We would love to start a conversation with you. Or go to our website, but most importantly, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching Retirement Planning Made Easy.
At the Advisory Group, we understand the importance of smart tax planning. Maximize your returns and minimize your stress with our unique tax efficiency strategies. Don't let taxes weigh you down. Keep more of your hard-earned money. Call the Advisory Group today to experience the freedom of tax efficiency planning. Call now or scan the QR code on your screen to schedule your complimentary consultation. The Advisory Group, providing financial peace of mind since 1991.
Now more than ever, it's vitally important to review your current retirement plan and get an educated second opinion. Hi, I'm Lucas Dengler, and for many American retirees and pre-retirees, this is a confusing time. As a local business here in the Quad Cities for over 30 years, we have educated thousands of families on how to retire well through all market conditions. Call now or scan the QR code on the screen to schedule your complimentary consultation. The Advisory Group, providing financial peace of mind since 1991.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Retirement True or False. Brad, Lucas, I've got some great questions this week. Are we ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Here we go, Brad. First one for you. Social Security benefits are completely tax-free in retirement. True or false?
False. Well, sort of false. They can be tax-free, but it requires some planning usually. So Social Security has a unique tax structure. The federal government, in its infinite wisdom, uses its own formula to figure out whether your Social Security is taxable or not. And up to 85% of it can be taxable. But it is based on how much total income you have. So if we can reduce your total income below a certain level, it's possible your Social Security could be tax-free.
You know, and it's probably not the easiest formula to figure out on your own by going to Google or going to the Social Security website. Truly an area where seeking the sage counsel of a good financial advisor works here.
Exactly.
Because why do we want to give Uncle Sam another dollar that we don't have to give him, right? I mean, I'm not working anymore.
Exactly.
I've got to max my dollars in.
Yeah.
Lucas, next question for you. All pre-retirees and retirees have their beneficiary information correctly documented.
I'm going to say that's false. We see this a lot. So first and foremost, it's very important to have your beneficiary information up to date. Share that with your advisor. At the time of your passing, we are going to be the ones that have to reach out to those beneficiaries. So we need to have it correct on our system to be able to help with that process. The other thing I'd like to say about that is it's really important for our clients to inform their beneficiaries about what accounts are still active, where are they, who's the agent, because that makes that process a little bit easier to be able to reach out to us as the advisor and inform us or get information needed for those claims.
One of the hardest, but also the most rewarding things we do is work with our clients, or their estate rather, and do death claims. And so it's a very hard time for that person, obviously. Some terrible thing just happened in order for that process to start. But it is an extremely complicated process, and it is extremely long usually, and we're able to take a lot of that burden off of their plate, which is very rewarding.
Yeah.
So with beneficiary statements, they trump the will, right? So you have to make sure that the appropriate people are on there. So second marriages or after divorce, there could be somebody, in theory, that should not be a beneficiary to dollars.
Correct.
That is correct.
Where's an area where you see, like, for instance, one that pops up for me, bank accounts. You can have a beneficiary on there so that doesn't have to go through probate. What are some of the other things that you see that people watching today should be like, I need to take a look at that?
Any active accounts, life insurance, annuities, mutual funds, anything that you can put a beneficiary on, super important to make sure, check in, annually, make sure that you have who you want listed, and, make those updates. If we need to remove people, if we need to change addresses, phone numbers, etc., we'll have that information fresh.
Wonderful. Brad, last question for you. Taxes have never been higher than they are today. True or false?
False. Well, I know it feels that way. Believe me, it does. Taxes are always the highest when you write that check, right? But in reality, they are lower than they used to be. And that is an excellent planning opportunity because we can utilize your potentially lower tax rate today in order to mitigate higher tax rates in the future. And if you believe tax rates are going to go up in the future, which, believe me, you should believe that, then there's something to be done about that. And that's something we help our clients take a look at all the time.
Brad, you're leaving me hanging. What can we do with these low tax to plan? The operative word, of course, is planning, right? But what are some of the things that people should be thinking about in this low tax rate environment that could potentially help them?
The number one thing is Roth IRA conversions. And I'm not saying they're right for everybody, but a Roth IRA conversion is you saying, I want to utilize this low tax rate today in order to hedge against a higher tax rate in the future. You are paying the taxes now and avoiding paying taxes in the future. And what a lot of people need to remember is that they have an IRA or a 401k. All of that money is not yours. You owe some of that money in taxes. The agreement was you would pay taxes in the future at some unknown rate. Well, what if that unknown rate is 20% higher than it is today? You were better off paying it today when you know the tax rate.
And where that might sound absurd, 20% more than it is today, or there's been a time in American history where taxes have been, in fact, significantly higher than they are right now.
A lot of people don't know this, but the highest marginal tax rate ever was 94%.
94%.
So now that was for high incomes, but if you were making that income level at that time, you were paying 94% of it in federal tax.
There's a great story about Ron Reagan, and why don't you tell me the story? Do you know it?
Yeah, so Ronald Reagan was an actor at that time, and he was doing movies, and he would do 2 movies a year because if he did a third one, it would tick him over into that income level. And that meant that he got all of it taken, 94%. Well, it's not all of it. There was 6% less. But we always joke, where did that other 6% go? To Nancy.
Guys, thanks so much. If you have any questions about anything we spoke about here today, give us a call in the office. We'd love to start a conversation with you. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching Retirement Planning Made Easy.
We can talk all day about Social Security, taxes, healthcare, income, and risk. But the truth is, your financial journey is unlike anyone else's. Hi, I'm Brian Nauman with the Advisor Group. Even a small difference like your age, assets, risk tolerance, or longevity can mean a big shift in your retirement strategy. That's why we created our customized TOP program. It focuses on the 6 most important issues that can help you make the most of every dollar you've saved for retirement. With over 30 years experience, we've developed a holistic, personalized approach to financial planning that puts you first. Please don't leave your financial future to chance. Call today or scan the QR code on your screen to schedule your complimentary consultation. The Advisor Group, providing financial peace of mind since 1991.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Ask Tag, where you email your questions into us and we answer them right here on the show. Lucas and Brian, I have some wonderful questions this week. Brian, I will begin with you. The first question is from Tori in East Moline, and she writes, I'm 34 and have been contributing to a 401k. I anticipate promotions in the coming year, so would it be worth it for me to change from a traditional 401k to a Roth 401k for my contributions?
Thanks, Tori, for that question. And at your age, it probably would be worth your time to switch to the Roth 401k. Your age is in your favor because you've got a lot of years of accumulation, but not only accumulation with contributions, but also deferment of those dollars. And then in the future, those dollars would be tax-free to you. But to determine that for sure, it would be important to meet with us and go through your whole situation to determine if it would be beneficial to you to have that situation and look at that from that point of view.
You know, Brian, I wondered, do a lot of people even know they have a Roth option in their 401k?
Now, at this point, it is becoming more widely known, but it's still, there are actually 401k plans out there that still don't even offer a Roth version. So you would want to check to make sure. In this case, it sounds like she does have that available. She knows about it. But for anybody else out there, you would definitely want to look at it from the viewpoint to first make sure that the Roth option is available.
Wonderful. Lucas, next question for you. It's from Tom in Rock Island. What is the difference between term life and whole life insurance? And how do I know how much coverage I should need?
Hi, Tom. That is a great question. Term life insurance will cover you for a specified amount of time, while whole life is a lifetime long protection piece that will also include cash values that could accumulate over time. The right amount of insurance really depends on your goals, your family needs, things like that. When we work with clients who are looking for life insurance, with us being an independent agency, we can shop around with different companies, different products, and get you the best level of protection that you are looking for. Life insurance is a great aspect for financial planning, and it's also a great way to take care of your family after you're gone.
Would you say that life insurance today has become its own asset class?
Of course.
Because, you know, and you see the TV commercials and all these things, but they're never talking about the living benefit from it. They're never talking about, hey, you could generate a ton of tax-free income in retirement through one of these plans. Take a minute, Lucas, and why don't we talk about the living benefit, because we all know about the death benefit.
Yes. Yeah, the living benefits of life insurance are great. As I just kind of mentioned, those whole life insurance policies, those do generate cash value inside of the policy, which you could get into if needed later down the road. You don't necessarily have to pay it back. It's not a loan or anything like that. So there are some really great benefits, living benefits to life insurance as well, not just the death benefit.
Lucas, are you talking about tax-free income in retirement?
You know I am.
Tax-free income in retirement, Brian.
Right. It's a possibility to have that life insurance policy set up with that in mind. The other thing, though, that's important to know, the policies of today also include things like living benefits for chronic care, critical care, things that might be terminal illness. So there are some things that could help a family to where you don't necessarily have to pass away to have that for your family.
So in essence, what you're saying here is that in lieu of a long-term care plan, there are some products on the senior market in the life insurance world that people could benefit from that take care of essentially the same thing, Brian?
Yes, and my advice would be is for somebody to look at what they have. If you have an old life insurance policy, it may not have those provisions.
Okay.
So now that doesn't mean you should automatically change. There's other factors as your current health and things like that that you would have to address. But it is something we could assess and look at and analyze those old policies for you to, for a client to take care of that and look to see, can we improve it in some way?
Gotcha. Last question for you, Brian. Joe from Pleasant Valley. Do you have to wait until retirement age to make a retirement plan?
No. The sooner you make a retirement plan, the better. Now that goes through in all the years of experience of doing this and so on. The issue is that doesn't mean you're going to have some 20 and 30 years old that are generally looking at that. But we have had some younger people develop a retirement plan. Your plan should be your plan, and that may sound redundant or just funny from that point of view, but the whole idea is you want a plan, and that plan can address all the things in your life and can then shift and change as you keep going throughout your lifetime.
So it's kind of like run your own race.
Yes.
What was it again? Plan
your own plan.
Plan your own plan. I love it. Guys, thank you so much. If you want more information about any of the topics we spoke about here today, pick up that phone and give us a call right now. We'd love the opportunity to have a conversation with you. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're watching Retirement Planning Made Easy.
We can talk all day about Social Security, taxes, healthcare, income, and risk. But the truth is, your financial journey is unlike anyone else's. Hi, I'm Brian Nauman with the Advisory Group. Even a small difference like your age, assets, risk tolerance, or longevity can mean a big shift in your retirement strategy. That's why we created our customized TOP program. It focuses on the 6 most important issues that can help you make the most of every dollar you've saved for retirement. With over 30 years experience, we've developed a holistic, personalized approach to financial planning that puts you first. Please don't leave your financial future to chance. Call today or scan the QR code on your screen to schedule your complimentary consultation. The Advisory Group, providing financial peace of mind since 1991.
Now more than ever, it's vitally important to review your current retirement plan and get an educated second opinion. Hi, I'm Lucas Dengler, and for many American retirees and pre-retirees, this is a confusing time. As a local business here in the Quad Cities for over 30 years, we have educated thousands of families on how to retire well through all market conditions. Call now or scan the QR code on the screen to schedule your complimentary consultation. The Advisory Group, providing financial peace of mind since 1991.
You're watching Retirement Planning Made Easy.
Thank you for watching this week's show.
And if you want information on anything we spoke about here today, hey, give us a call or go to our website.
The Advisory Group, providing financial peace of mind since 1991.